So tincture is where you take something, a high proof alcohol, even an oil as such, and you're going to extract the essence, lavender, it can be cloves, it could be any essential oil that you've seen, and cook it to a certain temperature. And then once you cook it to a certain temperature, the byproduct of that liquid, once it's put into usually a 1 ounce bottle or a 2 ounce bottle, is essentially a tincture. Now, when you use it in the sense with cannabis and you do a cannabis tincture, you can take like your joint, let's see here, has 225 milligrams inside the one joint. Now you can sit down and smoke all day, or maybe, depending on who you are, this might last you the whole day, it might last you 2 days. The amount that you inhale through smoking is not as accurate as you can do with a tincture. But let's just say you sit down and you smoke and you do a couple hits, and it'll last you 10, 15 minutes and go about your day. That might be fine. But there's a lot of scenarios where you're not going to be able just to go outside and go smoke. And even still, you got to make sure that, you don't smell like smoke, depending on where you are. There's people that are very sensitive to smoke and, you got that, just like anyone who doesn't want to smell cigarettes, that kind of feeling, and you're just trying to heal yourself. So this is where the tincture is going to come in, right? Now, there's probably a few different methods of how you can go about a tincture. Back in the day, there used to be something called the green dragon. The green dragon method is when you would do a high proof alcohol. We used to use Everclear. If you use Everclear, the benefit of Everclear is that you can make your tincture fairly quickly. I mean, you can make a tincture probably within 30 minutes, right? What you end up doing is cooking your high proof alcohol right after you decarbed it. And the decarb method, of your choice, if you don't have any tools to make a decarb method, you would just decarb that in the oven. All right, so once you have your decarbed bud, you would take your decarbed cannabis and you would add that into your alcohol, and then you will cook that to about 170 degrees. Once it's cooked to 170 degrees, what happens is the cannabinoids start to fall off your flower, and then you're going to be able to utilize that liquid and take that liquid, and then now you have your tincture.